Have you ever wondered what it would be like to make a micro mini sweet pea journal? I did, and I'm coming on to show you today what that looks like. I'm Randy, and thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more crafting or flip through videos. So back when my sister was here in August, she and I loved to craft together, and we got together and didn't have much time. So I had to think of something really quick for us to be able to do together. And we still didn't 100% get finished. So she took hers her way and I took mine my way. And we got the basics done. So we got the card done and cut up and it on the rings. But we didn't get much of the zhuzhing done. So here is the way mine turned out. I'm gonna measure real quick for you. So 1.5 by 1 3/4 is the size of this little sugar baby, is what I'm calling it. And thanks to the ladies in the Facebook group Boho Daydreams and on my Instagram account who helped me to come up with that name. I just thought it was so sweet and cute, and it stuck. So for perspective, I'm just putting here a chapstick roll, a tube of chapstick, so you can see how big it is. And then if you want to see what it looks like in relation to a regular sweet pea, which is half of a 3x5 index card, here is the difference. So you can see just how tiny this little sugar baby is. And you can see that she has the dangles, and that she has the dangle trim, and then she has the beads and the bow. So everything that the sweet pea has, the little sugar baby has. So I just want to do a little quick flip through for you here. So I made some super tiny little dangles just out of some beading wire and some little beads and findings that I had on hand. And some of those things are the same things that we use when we make the larger sweet pea. They just came in smaller sizes. And then here's the little front dangle in a gorgeous little iridescent heart. And I thought that was so cute. And what I did is I just attached these little dangles instead of using the pins that we usually clip these on. I just use a little jump ring, and then I used one here too, and I punched a little tiny hole up here for that one to hold on to. And of course I put some sari silk ribbon right here on the top ring, and these rings are really small, and I'll show these to you when I get through flipping through. But so this is all the same elements that are in the sweet pea. So we've done the painting, we have done the papers and the embossing and the gold leaf and the napkin. And did I say the stamping already? Some stamping. So I went a little bit further this time, and I used a Posca pen, and I put some little polka dots on there because I don't know, I just have polka dots on the brain lately and I'm really into them, and so I added those in there. And so this is the cover, and there's the inside. And what I did is I took those little tiny stamps that you get from the dollar section at Michael's, I believe they were, and they're just the little alphabet stamps, and they're on little wooden blocks. So I just took those and I stamped randomly in different embossing colors. So I've got the gold here, I have the white here, and I'm using the world's greatest embossing powder, which I came across when I was searching for some good embossing powder, and it had really good reviews, and I just fell in love with it, and I've been using it ever since. So that's what the little N is. The gold leaf here, some papers. I like to use metallic gold paint to give the pages just a little reflection. I just am a gold freak, and I love when things are sparkly and shiny, and so that's just come to be one of my staple signatures that I always use. On this page, there's a little bit of napkin there, and you just use the smallest bits of napkins in random places, and you kind of have to figure out where your cuts are going to be in order to get the effect out of the napkin. Or you can just do it totally random and not worry about all that, but I'm a little bit anal, so I did try to think about it a little bit. So there's some more embossing. I did the gold and some polka dots. This is some of Sheila's bling that I just cut up in the tiniest pieces and added to that page, on this page as well. So the next page, I also just started using, I was digging through my stamps and I was like, I never used some of these stamps. And so I had a little floral, it just looked like a little weed, and I put it on here and embossed it, and it kind of looks like seaweed. So this kind of turned out looking like, you know, an ocean or seaside little journal because of those little tiny details. And here is some of the Tim Holtz paper that I always use in there. Some of Sheila's trim. And again, just cut out the tiniest of details from those little trims. You know, it can be a really long, big piece, but if you find a little section that you like, just cut that out and it works so well. And there's another piece of that same trim that I used back there. It's just the smallest little gold fan with sequins on it. I did some larger stamping here. I think that might be one of those stamps that I got from Amazon. It's just a little script stamp. And I'll link everything below that I used in here so you can see everything. You might even have a lot of this stuff already if you have made a sweet pea. But I like to cover some of the pages. Even though they're so small, I think it just gives it such a little, just, you know, nice details. Something that's going to catch your eye and it's a little unexpected. There's some more of the numbers and some ledger paper and embossed paper. This is something that Sheila had sent me, some just little pearl trim. It was so sweet. I had to use it on there. I love using the little dangle trim at the bottom. Most of my sweet peas have that. That's kind of one of the signatures that I have that I use. And then I went a full-on trim up here at the top for this one. And see how that napkin right there, it looks like it's a little ocean scene, but it really wasn't. But just because of that snippet, that's what it looked like. And so that's the back page. And this was so fun. It was just a nice little quick project that you can do really quickly, throw it in as a gift. Kids love little things like this. And, you know, obviously you're not going to journal in something like this. It's just something really cute to have or give as a gift or put on top of a gift. And a lot of people are always asking, what in the world do you use these things for? And I just, you know, it's art. There's just no, you don't have to have a reason to have art, to do art. You know, it's just art. I don't think any of the artists had to ever give a reason for why they painted or did Mona Lisa. You know, did anybody give a reason for painting Mona Lisa? No, it's because it's art. And so that's what these little things are. Anything you make is art. So just have fun with it. So here is an index card that I already painted on both sides, and this is just the base of what this little journal, this little sugar baby is made out of. And you just cut it into 8 pages. So you cut it in half, and then so that gives you 4 pages on each side. So you end up with 8 pieces of paper, and then it's 16 front and back. And I already showed you the world's greatest embossing powder, but let me show you these little rings. I was trying to get the exact measurement on these, and they're not quite 3/4 of an inch. I don't remember the exact measurement, but I did get these on Amazon, so I'll link them below. And these are actually jump rings, so they're not the hinged rings like we use on the regular Sweet Pea, which is just the notebook rings like this, so they don't open like that. So what you do is you open them like a regular jump ring like that, if you can see that. And the size is perfect for this. Now I know a lot of people like to use the larger index card. Is it 4x6, I think? You can still use these rings, but you can also use bigger rings if you want to use the bigger index cards. I have seen somebody do that. I think maybe Susan did that in one of her videos. But then here's the little Posca Pen for that, the little polka dots, and then my gold leaf looks like it's been run over by a train, but it's because I use it all the time. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing and just stopping by my channel and giving me love. I really appreciate all of your comments. I read them all, and I love to respond to them all. And if you have any questions, just let me know. I'd be happy to help, and I always love to see your work when you're working on something that you have done that I may have inspired, even if it's a completely different project with your own twist on it. So thanks so much again for stopping by, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.